now, but then if you're so smart, tell me why you still so afraid. Where's the fire? What's the hurry about? You better cool it off before you burn it out. You got so much to do and only so many hours in a day. But you know that when the truth is told, that you can get what you want, or you can just get old. You're gonna kick it off before you even get halfway through. Ooh, when will you realize Vienna waits for you? Slow down, you're doing fine. You can't be everything you wanna be before your time. Although it's so romantic on the borderline tonight. Too bad that it's the life you lead. You're so ahead of yourself that you forgot what you need. Though you can see when you're wrong, no, you can't always see when you're right. You're right. You got your passion, you got your pride. But don't you know that only fools are satisfied? Dream on, but don't imagine they'll all come true. Ooh, when will you realize Vienna waits for you? I'll give you all I got to give if you say you love me too. I may not have a lot to give, but what I got I'll give to you. I don't care too much for money, 'cause money can't buy me love, can't buy me love. Everybody tells me so, can't buy me love. No, 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 no. Say you don't need no diamond rings and I'll be satisfied. Tell me that you want the kind of things that money just can't buy. I don't care too much for money, 'cause money can't buy me love, can't buy me love. Everybody tells me so, can't buy me love. No, 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 no. Slow down, you crazy child. Take the phone off the hook and disappear for a while. It's alright, you can afford to lose a day or two. Ooh, when will you realize Vienna waits for you? And you know that when the truth is told, that you can get what you want, or you can just get old. Kick it off before you even get halfway through. Ooh, when will you realize Vienna waits for you? When will you realize Vienna waits for you? Hello, friends and family.
And enemies too.
That song was dedicated to,
Carla Field.
well, she wanted us to do Can't Buy Me Love, and we wanted to do Vienna Waits for You. So we compromised, like any good marriage.
And all good things.
Fear is still here.
I'm not supposed to be here.
She misplaced her passport at Harajuku station.
Yes, it was. And all the excitement and buying things, I got very careless. Didn't put the neck pouch around the neck as intended, and on the busy train it got lost. And since my flight was the next day, obviously I couldn't go home. So luckily the next day it was found at the train, like the train line called us.
At Ikebukuro station, some kind soul,
Honest
found it.
Japanese.
Honest Japanese.
And it's been a very lovely, unexpected stay, another week.
I've done a lot, actually.
Sorry, Aaron.
Yes, Aaron would be very jealous. I know he is. Okay, so this week we just like to discuss the Japanese work ethic. Because it's worth mentioning. It's worth discussing.
It's pretty important here.
In the West, a lot of our motivation comes from our freedom and our individualism.
And the kind of personal choices, we take that all quite seriously.
We nurture the individual. In the Eastern cultures, not just Japan but in others, a lot of their mentality stems from that familial piety, you know, the duty and honour to your family, but, you know, also to yourself.
And to your country.
To your country, queen and country. So they're hardworking. I think that's an understatement, actually.
Incredible work ethics. Quite imbalanced in a way, just because when you put so much into your work, it only leaves a very small amount of time to let go and have a social life, and it's so hard to find time for love and family. And
that's a problem. So I know of someone who works in, well, they're Japanese, so they work in a company. Sometimes they finish their work quite early, but they're not allowed to leave. Like, early marks don't exist. Even within my classroom, if we finish early, we have to do our homework or something. And the problem is, if a Japanese person finishes their work early, then they just have to look busy until they're allowed to leave. Not very efficient.
But protocol. Yeah, it's such a big part of themselves, like the amount of huge effort they put into excelling in their career.
And there's a man who works nearby here, and every night at 7:44 p.m. we can hear him tearing down the street on his scooter, obviously leaving work, because it's only on work days, not weekends. And sometimes he'll finish 7:43, we hear him then, but then the next day he will leave at 7:45.
Like clockwork.
Like clockwork. But as hard as they work, they play hard too.
They like their weekend. Like, I think that's the only time I've seen expressions like on the subway line, in the train station. Or
that isn't polite neutrality.
Yeah. You're alive.
At night time, they really let loose. You see a lot of drunken Japanese men. And, you know, good on them. Fair enough. Like, you gotta let yourself go.
Well, I suppose when you have such a short amount of time as well, like you feel like you really have to make it count.
Nowadays, a lot of Japanese women are interested in having career ambitions of their own, rather than just being that stay-at-home mom who might have part-time work when the kids are at school, you know.
And when you study so hard at school as well, it's understandable you'd want to pursue, maybe see where you can take it.
Yeah, rather than, oh, I'm having children now, my life is dedicated to them. It's a bit patriarchal, isn't it?
Yeah, it's quite old-fashioned.
Yes, yeah. Like, of course, if they want to be stay-at-home moms, that is no problem. You know, I think there's a lot of honour in that. Population has dropped a lot, especially recently, and the ageing population means they're not having enough children to replace the people that die. And a quarter of their population are considered elderly, like retired. So it's a bit of a problem. If it continues this way within the next 50 or so years, their population will drop like a third.
Dramatically.
Yeah, and for a country that has such a high population, that's a big problem.
Yeah, since the turn of the century, a 50% decrease in birth.
I don't think they would have a lot of time to pursue relationships. I think hostess bars and maid cafes is so popular because you get to interact with pretty girls and
feel someone cares about you,
have your attention, and give them gifts, and it's sort of like a temporary girlfriend.
Yeah, like a stand-in relationship.
It's not even about sex, really.
Well, there is no sex as far as I know.
It's intimacy.
Yeah.
But this is just our opinion. You know,
in kind of generalization.
Yeah, but generally speaking, this seems to be a problem. I can't believe I'm saying this, but perhaps relaxation time should not be found solace of an alcoholic beverage. Can I get that on record? Or you just did? Anyway, we'll have a new video soon. Sooner than you think, actually. Mata!
Mata ne!